I had a question recently from somebody who has done a lot of personal work on themselves and tried to advance, and who's somebody who's quite dynamic, somebody who always seems to find solutions for everything, and every now and then comes up against a wall where there is no solution, and that particular situation seems to affect that person a lot, and they kind of get very upset, very frustrated, or just kind of they lose their sense of power in that moment. So the question is, what does that person do in a situation like that? Well, I think the number one thing is you don't argue with it. Number one is reality is what it is. We have to come to the realization that it isn't what happens to us that causes our suffering. It's our reaction to what happens to us that causes our suffering. So if we're in front of a situation where we feel blocked and we want to advance, we want to go ahead, but we feel blocked, then we have to watch the internal process that happens within us. It's the only place we have to keep going every time, time after time after time. Go inside. I'm blocked right now. How am I reacting to it? Do I react with anger? Do I react with frustration? Do I react with depression or a loss of energy? Or do I start dumping on myself? Well, what's wrong with me? Why can't I advance right now? What's wrong with this situation? There's nothing wrong with the situation. There's only something wrong with the way we react to that situation. Now, that's easier said than done, I know, because, there's oftentimes that I can get really frustrated with myself when things don't happen. But every time I do, if I take the time to go inside, it's my reaction to this particular situation which is causing me stress, I regain control. I regain the power. It's not out there. It's always, always, always within us. We have the power to either accept the situation as it is, or to fight against it, to fight against reality. And there's this famous quote by Byron Katie that says, now, if you fight against reality, you are going to lose, but only 100% of the time. Because reality is what it is. It's like somebody being stuck in traffic. You've got to get to work and you're stuck in traffic. You're not moving. You can get angry, you can get depressed, you can get frustrated, but the bottom line is you're stuck in traffic. There's only two ways to go through that situation, either angry or frustrated or at peace. And internal peace is an internal process. You can't fight what is in that moment. So a lot of people ask me and they say, well, what do you mean? You're saying that I have to accept everything that's going on in my life? All the negative things in my life? And I'm saying, well, I know they appear to be negative, but yes, accept it. Now, accepting it doesn't mean I give up. Well, I give up, I accept it. I'm in a terrible relationship, I accept it. Or I'm in a terrible job, I don't like it, I accept it. Doesn't mean abandonment. Accepting doesn't mean abandonment. Accepting means, okay, this is the reality. Where do I go from here? Because otherwise, if you start fighting it, you're going to create an internal stress for yourself, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, and it's going to deplete you energetically. It's like saying, I want to go for a ride in my car. I'm in Montreal and I want to drive to Vancouver. Well, first of all, you have to accept where you are. You're in Montreal right now. You say, you're in Montreal, but you're saying, I don't want to be in this position. I don't want to be here. I want to go to Vancouver, but I want to start in Winnipeg. But you're not in Winnipeg. You're in Montreal. It's about accepting where you are at this particular moment. And that could be in a relationship, could be in your job, it could be with your kids, it could be with your parents. It's about accepting the way things are now and to operate from a place of peace and acceptance first, and then creating from that position going first. So stress is just an internal process. And it's really about arguing with what's going on out there. And sometimes even arguing what's going on within us. Just let go, accept, and move on.